Hi all, back with more DD at Tarawa. This is my part 23. I was just watching back quite recently, back part 21. I've not watched 22 yet. And the last two parts were quite interesting. Some things going on, some tough decisions to be made, I think. Well, for me anyway. And I was looking at this. I was like, obviously, okay, in hindsight, I talked about this, the possibility of this coming down here and even attacking, and I just didn't notice, whether, the fact that this was, at the time, was a concentrated hex with more than 5 steps. With 5 steps plus. And also, I was talking about the possibility of moving this into here, and again, in hindsight, I wish I'd done it. Right, sorry, I didn't get very far there. Phone call, and there's a possibility of me getting interrupted again, but we'll see. I've moved that guy back, haven't I? That wasn't clever. See, that's the thing, you get an interruption. Now, he was in there, I know that for sure, because I was more worried about him being in there, but he went in at the higher number position, didn't he? Yeah, I was talking about the fact that he was there and could move here, find that guy. Yeah, I think I've said all that, haven't I? Never really clicked about the concentrated target. Well, never clicked when he came down here and started attacking us as well, because I was all happy because I thought my big guy was staying unhit, and then I fortunately realised at the last minute, or we'd ended up maybe making a mistake. Whether I would have moved him on his own or whether I would have brought that way, I think I would have then clicked and said, right, let's not concentrate this hex because I'm sitting inside the purple, so let's just move the 7-2 range guy into there. Or you know what? Even if I'd just moved that into there, maybe. It was an action, but I spent the action, I had loads of actions, used a support marker to use another action in the end, and I spent one of the actions to move this into here. And okay, if a blue eye comes up in the next Japanese, you know what? Look at that second event card we had. Blue eye. And it doesn't matter, it's a double. Remember, it's an empty position we're talking about. If that comes up on the card, we're like, that's quite good to see that going away, actually. Because I don't think we're going to be shuffling for a little while. So, although it's the red eye that I'm concerned about now, haven't I? Because I left that. But, if I'd left that, I could have took a chance with that. And then moved one of these units. I know, like I say, hindsight, you've seen what happened here. But I talked about the possibility of it happening. I think the problem was that I knew I couldn't cover both. Well, I could have if I wanted to move 2 units, but then I don't want to sit in this intense purple hex, do I? So, but if I moved that 7-2 range guy into there, actually, no, because then this would have had units in its field of fire, Grant, wouldn't it? What would it have done? You know what I would have done? I think it would have resupplied and fired. So in actual fact, that would have been pretty bad as well. So what I would have done was built depth from where it is and then fired at this unit, because it would have had units in its field of fire. It wouldn't have hit us, but then it would have stayed up there. I think the fact that it's down here now is kind of nice. I kind of like this, but just wish that guy hadn't been hit. And obviously, our support markers are probably going to get used up. What are we going to have a force of this? That's going to be 6, and then another 2 plus 2, maybe? If I can afford to use the 2 support markers, it's not just the support markers though, it's also I need 2 actions to attack with that. I'm going to get an attack strength of 10 against that guy, but he's not getting doubled, and he's not got depth. He's an inland position, so what is it, 10 against? So you've got to kind of consider him to be a 3, or it might even be a 4. Do you have the tank to help? No, because the tank's got to, I think, do its thing over here as well, isn't it? Or do we? Yeah, we do need the tank. Yeah, okay, alright, I'm jumping about now. Anyway, it was just in hindsight looking back and thought, but you could see that would have changed things. Because the unit wouldn't have came down, it wouldn't have redeployed, it would have resupplied and fired. So, he would have done a different thing, Grant. So you can't... Yeah, and it's easy to say afterwards what happens. Right, okay, let's move on. Nothing really more to talk about. I haven't, like I say, I haven't watched back part 22, but I did watch 21. So, hopefully all that bit did go right. And we're moving on to the US Engineer and HQ phase. So, same thing's going to happen. Nothing changed regarding our support. We've got one here, and again, he's still not in field of fire. One here, and then there's this guy along here. So we're going to get 3 support markers again. Nothing changed. Well, actually, we've got to decide. We're using these first, haven't we? Yeah. You spend the support markers, then we need to convert. So, yeah, spend the support markers to place garrison markers and eligible hexes or to remove disruption. I get the feeling I don't want to garrison again because are you going to be able to afford 2 actions here, Grant? This is all covered by the HQ. And yeah, I know moving this away from this guy stopped him from getting a free action, but it enables this guy to get a free action. We need to attack this again. Oh, that was our thing. While this guy was ranged, I didn't realise that he could have joined in the fight against us because he's 2 X's away, but now he's not ranged now anyway, so that'll be that. So yeah, this guy rebuilt his depth, didn't he? So we don't know what this is. But it doesn't get doubled. We've got a 2 there. Also, the communications cut off for them. Yeah, because we had to take the attrition hit on him. So he's a 3, but we've got the demolitions from him, and this can be the flamethrower. Yeah, so we kind of need this as well. That's an attack in 9. Which should... Well, again, it depends what's on the CC. However, there's no actions required there. That's what I mean. As for this bit, I think I did eventually realise that I was going to put a comment in part 21 because I talked about just moving this guy here and then we can attack like that and get the result we need. I think I realised in part 22 that does not give me flank because this guy would need to be adjacent. See, but both of these are paid for actions, which really sucks. So it's probably unlikely I'm going to have the ability to move any of these. Maybe I might be able to move 1, but it means that this is continuing to sit in red. Well, so is that, and red still. This is still can still fire. And then we've got this tank. Okay, I can attempt to barrage that again. But I suppose what I'd like to do here is barrage that tank, get the result, and then say, right, we've got that guy disrupted now. Let's move this guy in here, and let's move this guy in here and create this flank. While that's disrupted. To be honest, it doesn't really matter about that because that can fire into here and here anyway. But yeah, but that again is an R2 paid for actions, and I've talked about these 2 down here. I've only got 3 support markers, so take them off, both of them. That leaves me with 1, and okay, maybe use 1 for free action, 1 for paid for action, 2 paid for actions. That's all our actions. That means nothing's going to be moved across here. Well, in actual fact, we could just have a little rest here, to be honest. I was going to say the only thing that might have been nice was to cover that up, but no, that's just 1 unit in it. These are just single units beside these heroes, aren't they? So if I was to cover this up, it would have to come from somewhere else. But I think any one of these that I move, see that's probably a good position to garrison right now. But if I use my last support marker to garrison there, it then does mean I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 paid for actions that I need, and I've only going to have 3. So we might need to take our chances with that red position again over there, and just hope we don't see a red eye coming up. Okay, I think we've got to go for this. I mean, 10 strength. I think I've got to take the chance on it, haven't I? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use 2 support markers to undisrupt these 2 guys. So I'll put that and that. I'll put that down below actually. Careful. I'm always frightened. They look like they could flip over. Well, they can. I've done it in the past. Right, disruption off there, disruption off there. So what we got? Demolitions, flamethrower. He's got demolitions and flamethrower as well, because they're both engineers, aren't they? Browning, radio, and another demolitions. Oh, great. So the fact I've got 1 support marker left, I want to carry out this attack first, so that if I need the support marker as a wild card, then I've got it. And then if I have to use that, then it does mean that this whole thing's not going to happen. And to be honest, if I don't get the barrage on the tank, I'm probably not going to take that on. Actually, that might be the first thing I do. Because again, card-wise up there, we've got a diamond there, but no yellow. Well, that's a yellow there, isn't it? Yeah, it just feels like similar cards to we had the last time. Yeah, I'm in the right part. We finished with that event. What was the event? Oh, it was him killed again, but that doesn't apply. Yeah, so we are in the HQ phase. Right, so I'm not going to garrison, and there's no more disruption to remove. So I'm going to keep hold of this support marker for the US action phase. Now, this is where I can convert my HQ, and I think I'm going to do it. It's annoying, because if I'd got this set up and done this the last time, we would have been moving this up to range 2 right now, and then at least it would have stretched out to that guy. And I don't think it still gives them free actions. It doesn't, these don't need to be in, not field of fire or anything like that. So, where is the establishing command post? An HQ unit may convert to a command post in any hex that is not in the potential field of fire of any Japanese position. Oh yeah, it counts empty positions as well. Forgot about that. If a Japanese occupied position or an unoccupied position in Japanese communication projects any fire dots into the HQ's hex, the HQ may not convert. So yeah, well, in actual fact, that means if we had this hex empty, right? If this was like this, I would not be able to build this, because that's in Japanese communication, even though it's empty. So fortunately, I've not left any gaps for that like that, have I? Because the only thing that fires into this is blue and brown, and these are not empty. This is not empty. The tank can only fire down. It extends its field of fire into there, like we said, and this tank here can extend its field of fire into these here. So that's fine. So I can do that. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm assuming when you do that, you're going to lose your hero, aren't you? Your hero side of things. But I think to be trying to use that guy as a hero, fair enough, maybe this one just now, but... So, does that just flip over? It does. So I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to establish this. Yeah, so... Where are we? Command post, yeah. Alright, okay. Sorry, I never read the first bit. Command post may not move, but gains a command range that increases over time, enabling it to command US units up to 5 hexes away. Right, so to establish a command post, replace an HQ unit with the corresponding command post unit during the US Engineering HQ phase, and place a matching command range marker in the first space of the command range track. Doing this is not considered an action. So it's 2-2 command range. So let me find that one. No, it's there. Oh, hang on. Oh no, there is an actual counter for it. That must be what I place. So they'll just take the, because I've got a command range counter as well. 2-2. So I'm assuming he comes off it there then. And we put the command post in there. I wonder why that's got a back. Oh, you know why it'll be? Because if it gets hit, I think it's a hero, and then you'd lose the hero, and it would still just be the HQ with a radial. I think that's it. So I think that comes off, and that goes on. And then this command range marker goes in there. And it basically just says that, I mean, nothing's changed on this turn. He commands everybody within a 1 hex range. Like I say, next turn, then you get to move that. I'm pretty sure I don't get to move this now. Abandoning a command post, you may revert a command post to a regular HQ unit during the engineering HQ phase by replacing it with a corresponding HQ unit on its non-hero side. There you go then. So you're not going to get your hero back. So if I want to abandon it again, I'll come back with that, and then I can start moving it about again. And then I think the range, wherever it is on the range, you remove that as well. So it would have to start again as well. Yeah, if you do so, remove the corresponding command range marker from the command range track. When you first establish a CP, it commands US units in its hex and any adjacent hexes like an HQ unit. The initial placement of the command post command marker on the command track shows this capability, a command range of 1 hex, which I've done. In subsequent turns, you may increase the command post command range. And then during the US Engineering HQ phase, you may advance a marker for an already established CP 1 space along the command range track, as long as the CP's hex is not currently in the field of fire of any occupied Japanese position. So as long as that's not in an occupied field of fire position, next HQ phase we can move that along. But you can see it sits on 2 for 2 turns, it sits on 3 for 3 turns, and then on 4 for 3 turns before it reaches 5. So it's a tough one to get to. It says as many as 3 command range markers may occupy the command range track, 1 for each US HQ in the game. Yeah, they just go up there. And every marker may be advanced along the track during the US operations phase if eligible. Yeah, so you can move them all 1 to the right. Some command range values are repeated in the command track. For example, command range 3 appears in 3 boxes in a row, meaning that it takes at least 3 turns to increase the command post range from 3 to 4. Capabilities of command posts. CP commands all the US units within its current command range. For example, CP with a range of 3 commands all units within 3 hexes of its hex. The range is counted by including the hex occupied by the unit to be commanded, but not the CP's hex. Yeah, we just stretch out. I mean, if it was 3, I'd go 1, 2, 3. I'd be able to command that guy. I'd be able to command all of these. This guy as well. They would all get a free action. And then it tells you what it gives them. Units within a command post command range receive all the benefits of being in command of an HQ, including free actions, radios. Oh, okay, so we get the radio still. Did wonder about that because that doesn't say it on it, and the counter on the other side did, but there you go. Coordination of tank and artillery range fire for US attacks, and tank and artillery barrage. Command range may be counted through hexes in Japanese fields of fire, but not through Japanese units. Okay, so like if I had a unit up the back here and I was trying to, I couldn't count through that hex, but I could count through the hexes that are in the field of fire of it to get to the unit. A CP in the field of fire of a CP in the field of fire of a non-disrupted Japanese unit may not command US units. In such a situation, the CP's range marker retains its current position in the command track, but its range may not be increased. Pretty sure this is all the same as Omaha, isn't it? And then finally, a CP is considered a leader and may be hit by Japanese fire. If a CP is hit, it immediately reverts to an HQ unit, replace it with the corresponding HQ unit on its non-hero side, and remove its command range marker from the command track. A command post is not eliminated by Japanese fire. Okay, so there we go. So I think I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'll put that guy down, and this one will need to work up. I mean, there's no real point in trying to establish this along here anyway. I don't know, not sure what we're going to do here. We've not got enough stuff along here, really, have we? And it's still a good while before we get any reinforcements. So, yeah. Right, that's that done. So I think that's the last part of the engineering HQ phase. Yeah. So we're going to move on to the US action phase. Right, so I do have one support marker left, and I've got 3 US actions this turn. So I'm going to take a little pause just now. I'll just move that along. I'll just go on pause and I'll be back shortly. Right, that's me back. I was away quite a bit longer than I thought there. Okay, so moved into the US action phase. Right, 3 US actions, 1 US support marker. No disrupted units. So I think we said that we kind of want to see what happens here. Assuming we're happy to use these action markers here. Don't need them there. May need 2 here. Might not get the chance of 2, and then I think we're just going to accept a little pause across here. Yeah, because there's nothing really to push on with us. What about points wise, Grant? See, yellow fires into there, so we're not scoring that. It's only purple that fires into there, and we'll go purple. So that's 1 point. That's red and purple that's firing into there, so that's fine. That's a point. 2. Well, we don't actually have this one, but I'm going to count it as a point because, well, that's maybe tempting fate. We're going to see that red eye. Yeah, I'm going to have to count this as a point, I think, because I'm sure we're going to eventually get the time where I can garrison this. So that would be 3. That's 4, 5, 6, because it's brown that's firing into there, which is there. We're not getting that because yellow's firing into there. So that's 6. And that one's 7. So that's 7, assuming we put something in there. Well, if we take this tank out, which, actually we're going to, aren't we? We're going to. There's nothing stopping us from. So I'm going to count that as an 8. This one's in brown though, so no. So that's 8. And then, well, let's leave this area just now. 8. Can't count this because of this tank, unfortunately. And can't count this because of this tank. Can't count that because of the red. And that's it there, isn't it? That's not a position, is it? No. So we can't count anything here. What I said, 8. And technically 7 at the moment because, well, I suppose I'm counting these because I'm definitely going to be able to take that out. We don't know about this. But if we can take these out, we're not guaranteed these 2 yellow positions because, yeah, we're really going to have to do something about these. In particular, I'd like to get a unit in here. I think once we're done there, the next move is to move something into there. I don't really want to move something into there though, so we're kind of taking a chance that nothing's going to come in there, which is a bit of a chance really. However, we are going to get these 2 green positions if we can take this out. They would be fine. Assuming the yellow, there's nothing in yellow because there is a yellow fire into there. So that could be 10 positions. This is only on turn 12, remember, and we've got turns 12, 13, 14 and 15 to go after that before we need to count this. And we need the magic number's 12. So kind of looking like, looks okay. These tanks are an absolute nightmare. I'll keep saying that, but the extended field of fire really sucks. Yeah, okay. Right, well, yeah, I do think we need to take a pause over here. What more could we be doing here? Well, I mean, we could push up the coast here to the brown position. Unfortunately, that does again mean moving into intense. That's a steady field of fire around the back there, but there's no way of getting to that because you're having to go through intense. This is a coastal position though, so yeah, but we need to barrage it by either being in its field of fire and it doesn't fire into these hexes. It just fires round about itself. Well, that one it does fire into. But it doesn't fire anything into there. Yeah, that's tough. And then if we were coming inland, well, this yellow position is the same, isn't it? Is that intense? I think it is. Yeah. And we can't barrage that because it's inland and it's not revealed. I'm not sort of initially seeing any easy targets there anyway, for sure. Right, I'm going to do this, and the reason I need to do this attack first, I think, is because, well, Grant, you don't actually need to do it first. We can deal with this first. Okay, let's get this tank sorted out. So he's got machine gun and flamethrower. He's disrupted. Machine gun and flamethrower. He's got 3 strength. He doesn't benefit from the terrain. Can I just get away with attacking with that? No, I need the machine gun, don't I? Damn. So that would have meant I could have got I could have maybe moved this tank into here, maybe. Again, though, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this position behind. Well, anyway, I think you're needing the tank here because you need machine gun and flamethrower, and all you've got in this unit, right? He's attacking, okay. He's got mortar, bazooka, and Browning. And the headquarters not actually moving, but the headquarters is going to supply the flamethrower. So now we need the machine gun. Yeah, we need the tank for the machine gun. There's no getting around it, Grant. So that's a strength of 7, is it? 7 attacking with all the weapons. So we've got the weapons. Attack strength is at least double. So the Japanese unit is defeated because he's alone. So we take that tank out, so that's one only. Now he gets removed. He just gets removed from the game, isn't he? Tanks don't come back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just gets removed from the game. Same way as the death markers. They don't come back. Right, so that was a given. Well, I'll tell you what, probably... Nah. I don't think it's not clever to try and move that HQ into there, is it? That's not doing me any good, is it? Not really. No, I need to be moving forward if I'm going to go there. So in actual fact, I think I'm better moving this back into here. Slightly safer hex. It's away from the brown. And it's still going to give them both a free action. Oh, hold on, Grant. 1, 2, 3. I kind of think that's silly. Again, yes, okay, it's taken this, and I'm pretty sure next turn, probably going to move this infantry unit 1, 2, 3 into there. But it's still going to have this, you know, if I put something into that there just now, it's still, something can still pop up here. But then again, you'd rather have something coming in here than here in the fortified hex. But if I move that away along to there, then these guys aren't getting a free action next turn. So I'll just leave that here. Of course, the other thing you could consider is trying to get it closer. But yeah, we need... Well, maybe you should have carried this attack first, Grant. See what the result was. Well, I don't need to move this just now. I mean, even if I wipe that out, it's not that this can reach this hex anyway, so... Okay, I'll leave him sitting there just now. Right, well, let's do this. I mean, this... Well, we need to get lucky. It needs to be a unit that doesn't have flank and doesn't have CC on it. And doesn't have something else on it, preferably. We do have one support marker. But I'd rather be using that. Okay. Right, we're going to attack this. So I have 6 strength with a bunch of weapons and another 4 strength with another bunch of weapons. These aren't engineers. Look at that. How annoying is that? This engineer's one of the ones with the demolitions and flamethrower. And these 2 infantry units have got... One's got demolition, one's got flamethrower. How unfortunate is that? Right, okay, so 10 strength. So we want it to be a 2. We want the weapons, or we probably want both of that. Right, we've not cut off communication, so we're attacking with 10. Okay, here we go. There's a 2. How's that a coastal? I don't think I've got a mortar in there, have I? How is that a coastal? Oh, that was a reserve. So that was an elite unit that we eliminated, but mustn't cut off communication, so it went to the reserve units box. Right, that's how that's happened. Right, well, I do only have 1 support marker, but I don't think I had... Or did I? Right, well, in here we've got DE and FT, so that doesn't help. The good thing about it is it's 2 strength, and we've got 10, so we are doubling it. So we are going to disrupt it, worst case scenario. Yeah, we've got nothing. We've got nothing. So we don't have any of the weapons. So, well, that does mean I'm not using the support marker then, doesn't it? That also means we're going to have to wait and help. Right, okay, well that's not the worst result in the world, I suppose. So we don't have either of the weapons. It doesn't matter the fact that whether you've got one or two of them. You've either got them all or you've not got one or two or three of them, and it doesn't affect things any worse or better, shall we say. So no, we don't have the weapons, but our attack strength is at least double. The unit is alone, so it is disrupted. What I don't want that guy building depth like this guy done the last time. So it is disrupted, but mortar and machine gun. Oh, that guy's got a mortar. And we know the tank can give the machine gun. Well, all you need to do there, Grant, actually, is well, we're not going to be able to get it next turn, but next turn we could, well, in actual fact, we could just attack with that stack. That's 6 strength against, no, you've got to double it, Grant. Well, that is doubling it. Yeah, because it's not getting a bonus. So next turn, unless it stays disrupted, we attack with that to disrupt it again. And we move this guy on to, I'd be moving in intense yellow, but while he's disrupted, I think that's okay. So 1, 2, 3, we move him into there. We'll leave the tank where it is. We need to have the HQ in between. Or you know what, we maybe... I've not got enough units along here. I'd like to obviously take this position as well, like I've said, but... Okay, well, that could have been worse. Right, okay, up to the next part then. We've got 1 US action left, but 1 support marker left. Probably going to attack here. What did I say? We've got demolitions from that unit, flamethrower from the hero, but we don't know what the depth is. It's a new depth marker. We get support from this range unit. So we just need to wait and see. I mean, I suppose I could wild card that, but... Well, Grant, why don't you check this barrage first? Because if you don't barrage that tank, you're not going to... I don't think you're going to move these. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's do that. Let's have a barrage attempt on this tank. Now, it's only a 2-strength tank. It's going to get a free action from the command post. It is sitting in Yellow's Field of Fire because that extends. Like I say, it's only 2 strength. This guy's got depth, so we do need... he's in yellow. We need a yellow diamond. That's the only thing that's going to work. So bring me a yellow diamond, please. Oh, that was... Yeah, the card previous was yellow, wasn't it? And just I had the diamond, but no yellow, Grant. Damn. Okay, so like I say, that now leaves us in this. What to do here? I mean, this guy needs to be flanked. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe that is. I'm starting to think, why not maybe CC him? Well, I can't. No, I can't. That's suicide, Grant. And if I move along there with that, I'm concentrating that hex, and both the tank and that red position fire into there, so that's yuck. Part of me feels like I should maybe just take a chance. If I've got the 2 actions left, and move that guy into there, move that guy into there. Move him into the intense yellow. We can't sit and wait on a yellow diamond turn up. Just have to hope yellow doesn't come up on the fire card. The plus to that one is that is revealed, and if he does attack there, then that wouldn't be disrupted. And then you've also got support markers if the red fires and disrupts him as well, Grant. Remember your support markers. Oh, just so should have been getting 4 of them a turn rather than 3 if I'd been smarter. I'm pretty sure I should have had that other one on the beat in a safe place. Silly. Okay. Well, let's see how we get on here then first, because I might find that I really want to use this support marker here as a wild card. Okay, so this is getting this is getting a free action from its hero. It's attacking for 3 with demolitions. This is going to be flamethrower, because we need this to be able to move on to the depth marker. This is getting a free action from the command post to join an attack. There's no palm trees in between. He's got a range of 2. He's adjacent to the attacking unit. That doesn't matter actually, as long as he's within range. So our strength was 9. 9. He doesn't get double though. So even if the depth marker's a 2, I think we're okay, aren't we? Because we're still going to have double if we don't have the weapons on the depth. Then we're still going to disrupt it. Or in fact, is that not another optional attrition? Possibly. No, don't make it a CC again. If worst case scenario, make it a flank, and at least I could maybe do something about it. Okay, so 9 strength. We have the weapons, right? Because I'm using my hero for the flamethrower. And we have double. However, there's an unrevealed depth marker, so we're going to reveal that and then compare the situation again, right? Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Really? Oh, it's flamethrower though. I'm not going to... Wow, that's horrible. But I think we're okay. Are we okay? No, because we needed... Well, yeah, we are. I think we are. Right, what we've got is... I think the double flamethrower means nothing. The only time the double would matter is if it was a flanking requirement. Or if it was a CC and you were close combat and it would give them an extra card. But the fact that flamethrowers on both of these does not mean that we need to... Yeah, you don't need to go looking for that, Grant, do you? No, there's nothing that springs to my mind that says I've got to have 2 flamethrowers here. That just doesn't ring true as how the game should be played. And I don't even think I'm going to see that in the rules, to be honest. But then the bit, when it talks about... Well, you know what, that'll be under flanking, I bet you. Is there not a bit in the contents regarding flanking? Maybe there's not. Oh, there is, page 15. It says if both the Japanese unit and its depth marker list the flanking requirement, the US units must be attacking from at least 3 hexes adjacent to the Japanese hex to satisfy the requirement. Yeah, I mean, attack weapons. Every US unit possesses 1 or more weapons as shown in the US weapons chart. Every Japanese unit depth marker lists a weapon. US units with the required weapons attack the Japanese unit more effectively than... Yeah. Flanking... No, you know, we've got the flamethrower requirement from the hero. We do not need 2 of them. No, I'm not even going to read any further. So we've got the weapons, and unfortunately we've only got 9 strength because I'm having to use can't even get the +1 from that because I need that for the flamethrower. He would have, Oh, actually. No, he's 3-step. No, he's heavy. He's a 3-step heavy, but he's not adjacent. Yeah, he needs to be the full 4-step heavy unit. It needs to be adjacent. So we have to use this for the flamethrower. So we've got, unfortunately, just 9 against his 5. So we're not quite doubling him. But it's still good. The result is... I want to say the result is still this, but I might be wrong. No, I think I'm right. So, yeah, we've got the weapons. And our attack strength is just not quite double. So it's greater, but not double. The unit is not alone. It's not unrevealed depth marker anymore. So it is this last column. Unit unrevealed depth marker. Depth marker eliminated and unit disrupted. That's good. That's good. But you can see if we had one more strength, we would have got depth marker eliminated, unit defeated. So, but that'll do. That'll do. Oh, I first seen it was a 3. I thought, oh my. That would have been... Because if we didn't have the weapons there, attack strength greater, there would have been no effect, but no effect would have been bad enough because he's undisrupted. Okay, so we eliminate this, which is nice to get rid of. I don't think there's too many of the one name with 3 strength. That was a coastal one as well, wasn't it? Yeah, because it's red. And we disrupt that guy. So now, yet again, all we need to attack this next turn is that guy with the hero. And that would be enough to take this out. Unless, of course, he builds depth again. Right, so what now then, Grant? You've got 1 US action marker left and a US support marker. I don't think any of that helped with moving this HQ, did it? I think I want to give these an action next turn. Possibly even leaving... Now, what was this again? Mortar machine gun. Yeah, so we need both the units. Technically, we don't need that HQ, so... the tank's going to be able to sit there though anyway, Grant. Right, okay, I'm going to move that into here. Right, fine. Done there, done there. Done here. Yeah, here's the other thing. I mean, these 2 heroes... I know they took another step loss, didn't they? They're 2 steps, aren't they? But should we not be doing something with these? You can't just sit there, Grant, can you? Well, the other worry is like leaving these positions empty though. Until I start getting some... Hopefully next turn I'll be able to use a couple of the support markers for garrisons. And then it will maybe allow me to move on with some of this stuff. This tank can't even barrage in it, can he? No, because that's not sitting in green. Yeah, like I said, it's not sitting in Brit. I can't barrage that unless I've got somebody that's observing for him. They need to be sitting in... No, that doesn't work. I need the headquarters for that. So basically this tank needs to be sitting in brown. And all the brown are adjacent and they're all... Well, that hex isn't adjacent. So I can move them into there, but it's an intense brown. I feel like when I've got these positions garrison, maybe that I'm then going to have to like take the chance and move into these 2. Or I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I want to do anything along here, but it feels kind of wrong. I think we've just got to try and work away in the middle here just now, and maybe leave the bird's beak bit for now. But that could be a mistake. Whatever I move over in that bird's beak area, I'm going to expose a position that something might just pop up into, or move into, redeploy to. Okay. Well, don't you think you've got to do something here then? What was... Yeah, we don't even know what the depth marker is. It's flank. Is it getting doubled? Don't think this one has, is it? No. I can't even sort of sneak along here with this guy. I can move this guy into here, yes. But I wouldn't be willing to then attack with that. You know, and this, maybe I could, you know, if I got that one there, might be tempted to... I think what I really need to do is do that. But... and hope yellow doesn't come up. But, like I've said, if yellow does come up, this guy gets hit, he doesn't get disrupted, then we can maybe flank this guy. I think you've got to, Grant. You've got to... Oh, you don't have to, but... The other thing would be nice is to try and get this guy involved, but I don't want to move it to that. Well, hold on. What about... No. Have I not... Yeah, this guy here. See, he's sitting in a position already, though. I could maybe switch them over. Or... No, I don't want to do that. What the heck. Now... That doesn't class as an attrition, not an attrition, what is it? Infiltrate move, does it? Or does it? Remember, this is another one that I think has come up for me in the past. Because we know this is disrupted, but this isn't. If I move from here to here, is that still an infiltrate action? I feel like it's not, but that doesn't exactly mean to say that it's... Right, infiltration move, page 14. If you're moving a US infantry or engineer unit from a hex adjacent to and in the field of fire of an occupied and non-disrupted Japanese position. See, it says position there. It doesn't say position X. It then goes on to say to a hex. Sorry, hang on. If you're moving a US infantry or engineer unit from a hex adjacent to and in the field of fire of an occupied and non-disrupted Japanese position to a hex that is also adjacent to and in the field of fire of the same position. Under 7.32, maybe? Clarification? No. The fact that it calls it a position tends to make me think that this can still fire, you see. So if I move from here to here, then the fact this is disrupted doesn't matter. They would both need to be disrupted for me to be able to do it safely. I know this one's been queried before, I think, so maybe I might find something. Let's go and have a look then. So it's an infiltration move, so I might get some stuff to look at. Right, okay. Yeah, I did start to have a feeling that this was kind of bad. Because these are one group, I'm not finding quite a clear-cut answer. There's a couple of questions. There's a question Martin's answered that the guy's deleted his post, unfortunately. It's regarding here now. I want to just understand what he's asking. If there was a Japanese position here, but not here. 1-4. See, I want to. You know what? I don't think. Actually, Martin actually adds a little bit to this. This is hex. Is that hex 1437? Yes. And the question is. 1437 to 1438. Japanese occupied position F1, assuming no Japanese unit in F4. So there's a Japanese unit there. There's not one there. 1437 to 1438. Well, I would clearly understand that was an infiltration move past that. Martin also says, though, that if you move the unit from here, remember the Japanese unit here, not one here. You're moving from 1437 to 1537. That's still classed as an infiltration move. Is that right? Yeah. And the other, let me see the other post then. Yeah, and going by that, just to say, imagine, like I say, a Japanese unit here. This is a blue position group that contains this hex and this hex. Yeah, see, blue with the blue dots. So you've got a Japanese unit here and nothing in here. And he's saying that moving from here, adjacent to this position hex that's Japanese occupied, to here would be an infiltration move. And that's because this is one position group and you're moving from a field of fire into there, adjacent to this hex, to a field of fire into there. I just, yuck. But that's right, that's what came about with us, and it's because the position group's considered to be all one, isn't it? Let me find the other thread. Right, the other example's in the same area. 1437, no, what's that? I should really have got this on my tablet. So 1337 to 1437. So that's 1337 to 1437. So there's one move from there to there, right? But there's no Japanese unit in there, and there's a Japanese unit in there. Is that right? There's there was a Japanese unit in F4. That's this one. Yeah. Yeah, so that's like moving a US unit from here. There's nothing in there. There's a Japanese unit in there. Moving from here to here. That's an infiltration move. Because that position, the whole position is considered one position. They don't quite seem right then, do they? But because it's all one position, and that thread, Martin replied with a good question, and his answer was, since it's a position group is considered one position, you will have to make an infiltration check. So yeah, and it's exactly the same if, like, you know, I'm talking about this being disrupted, and you might say, well, my situation's different. Let's remove this guy completely from here. If I move now, if I want to move that from there to there, I've got to do an infiltration check. because this position is occupied. And that's why the fact that this is disrupted doesn't make any difference. Now, if this was empty, I wouldn't have to make an infiltration check. No, because it's disrupted. However, that is occupied. So if I want to do that, if I want to make that move to there, I've got to do an infiltration check, and I'm checking a red circle. Last card drawn was red, but a diamond, so that's a horrible. I mean, it's bad enough that I don't really want to make these moves, but to make it even, to have to actually make that check makes it even worse. So yeah, draw a fire card that shows both the color, Japanese position, target symbol, and the target symbol. You must remove a step from the US unit. If it loses a step, you may choose to complete the move or keep it where it started. In any case, it's performed an action. A unit infiltrating to a hex occupied by a US unit must check for Japanese fire, but is not considered a concentrated target, even if the move puts 5 or more steps in the hex. HQs may not attempt infiltration move on their own, but may move with a regular unit attempting infiltration. Tank units making this move do not check for Japanese fire. Artillery units may not conduct infiltration moves. So there's an extra risk attached to this move then, Grant. Come on, you need to get this wrapped up. What are you going to do? Come on. Why don't I just switch these guys about, put this guy into the hex, move that guy out of the hex, and then go into close combat? Hopefully this guy stays disrupted. Alright, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to I'm going to use the support marker to move this unit into here. I'm just going to do that. Right, and then I'm going to use this last action to move that guy from there to there. And we're going to take that infiltration check. A red circle is not what we want. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm drawing a card so I can't change my mind. Right, no red, no circle. Good. Okay. Right. Well, it's done now. I've drawn a card, so I can't even rewind that. We don't want yellow coming up. I mean, the tank might do something different than melee, the fact that it's a tank, but we're in an intense yellow, so. Problem is when I'm sitting there, maybe have a go. Well, the tank's got flanking on it as well, isn't it? Flanking bazooka, but yeah. Right, okay. That's me used all my actions. Well, that's a command post now, so I can't move that. Well, I could technically move these units around the command post. I was talking about the possibility of switching these guys over, but just to get the use of this 4 strength unit, I feel like it maybe benefit more along here. But I don't want to just expose this. I mean, this is 2 steps, the engineer's 2 steps, so I'm going to switch these over. Now, move into there, but I could move this more than 2. Oops, right, he's not moved as of yet. So I wonder if moving him 3 is any better. Well, if he stays there, he's getting the use of... Well, hold on though. The command range is going to jump out to 2 next turn, isn't it? Yes. It's not really any more beneficial being in here though, and it means it's in red field of fire, so... Yeah, let's just put it beside... Well, and I'm exposing... Well... yeah, I'm exposing it to the blue eye, if you like. Yeah, let's just put him there. And then the other two guys with the support, I'm not going to move them because, yeah. It'd be great if they could have been sitting in a position, but I don't want to take the chance of losing these, obviously. You know, because they're giving me my support markers. Right, let's just do that. And you're not going to move these then, Grant. I don't think I am now. I don't think so. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it. Feel like I'm doing some things wrong here. But, yeah. Right, okay, I'm going to settle with that. So that is going to move us into the end of the turn. I'll straighten up my units, get the US action markers off, and we'll move on to the next turn. Right, that's everybody sorted out. So, end of turn, phase marker moves back to here. Again, we've only got a few cards. Like I noted there, there was a blue eye on one of the cards. I wonder, shouldn't really trade this card, should we? There's a yellow eye on one of them, a green eye, a brown eye. There's maybe more eyes than I thought then. The only one I'm not seeing is a red eye. And that's actually the one that we're worried about at the moment. Okay. And then turn marker is going to move on to turn 13. So 13, 14, 15, I've got 3 turns to gather up these points. And we weren't sitting with them all just yet. So, bit of work to do. Needing some luck here, I think. Taking some risks. Yeah, not sure if I'm getting any of this right. It feels awful risky. And not doing anything across here feels like probably wrong as well. Probably should be taking my chances. You know what? Just give me a second more. I'm not any other cards. I'm just starting to think here. If I left these two, right, he's in that one and he's in that one, right? If I abandon this position, are any of them in communication? They can't trace onto the beach, so they can't trace into there. So he would have to trace into there, which he could, because this is an engineer. So he could trace into there, but he can't trace into there. Can't trace. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's a 2-step infantry. I think it needs to be 2-step. You should double check that one, Grant. Communication. Yeah. Infantry with 2 or more steps. Tanks of any step level. So 1.1. So I double check that's maybe not any mention of engineer. No, it definitely does say infantry, and it separates infantry from engineers, so they're definitely not doing it. However, there's 2 steps underneath there, so he exerts control into these hexes round about him. So there's not a path for that to get through to trace, nor that. However, that there would be. Well, I'm saying that there would be, but I'm talking about moving these guys. It doesn't really matter, does it, Grant? So probably into these. Well, yeah, you're not better creating the flank if you can. Well, I can't, because I can't move through an intense field of fire. Oh no, that's not intense brown, that's red, Grant. You would be able to do that. So I could actually move this guy 1, 2 into there, and I could move the other guy that's here 1. Oh no, look at this. This is brown, intense. So you can't. That's crafty. Why is that there? That's crafty. That's why they've done that, isn't it? So from there, 1, 2. Yeah, I can't get around there. See, I'm trying to create the flank, but I'm not going to be able to. So, well, I'd be as well just in these two then. So I could move one into there. No, because I can't get through to this one. Can't get through this one. So it would have to be 1, 2 into there, and then 1, 2 into there. So my units would be sitting here and here, which would block out the trace of that communication as well. So in actual fact, us moving these 2 units into that position would, I mean, yes, if the infiltrate action comes up, then yes. But if it was just a normal reinforce, these positions would not reinforce. And then you're just praying for brown not to appear. But these guys are only 2 steps now. Sorry, that would still be there. You know, and then if they're reduced to 1 step, well, that's a 2 strength. That's a 2 strength, so they're like 4 strength. Then they're obviously going to be disrupted as well. You're going to have to take the disruption of them using your support markers again. And you're not going to... You're not going to get support from the tank either because he's not adjacent. I have no actions left. It's just these were moving for free. I'm not going to do it this turn. I'm going to wait. But you can see my worry about... Oh, sorry, that's not in there. That's in here. My worry about moving these units away because I'm exposing these isn't valid there. I mean, yeah, I'm going to expose them to the infiltrate, but not the reinforce, which is probably more common. I mean, that... And, well, the situation we've got here now, the red infiltrator would put a unit here. There is only 2 Japanese reserve units, by the way, so that's something to consider as well. I don't think I'd like to do that. I think what I might like to do it... No, but I'm not going to be able to... I need to garrison a bit, because I would maybe do it if I had the tank adjacent to one of the units, so that it could help with the fire against it. In case we got hit and we only had 4 strength, then at least I'd have the support for the tank. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. It's maybe wrong, you know. Oops, careful. That was a plexi move. I think it's stuck to the map, actually. Map stuck to it anyway, so we're all right. Right, okay. I'm going to copy this across. Hopefully coming back for another bit, actually. So I've moved the turn marker on, moved the phase marker, everything's sorted. So yeah, I'll be back with the next part shortly, okay? Cheers.